Information becomes transformation. I'm Dr. Ferris Corbett, alongside my colleague, Dr. Deidre Willis, and we want to thank you for joining us today. We don't take it lightly that you've chosen to spend this time with us. Here at Health Talk, our goal is simple: to provide you with clear, trustworthy, and practical health information so that you can make informed decisions about your life, your wellness, and the well being of those you love. From public health to mental health, from prevention to healing, we believe knowledge is power, but wisdom is action. And together, we'll explore both. So, settle in, open your mind and heart, and let's take this journey toward health, hope, and wholeness together.
All right, all right. Hello, everybody. How is everyone doing on tonight? Listen, we're so glad that you're here with us on tonight. Thank you for taking time out of your schedules to just pop on and let's have a conversation tonight. All right. I'm so glad you're here. And thank you again for joining us here on this episode for tonight. Okay. So we're going to get ready to get started here. And again, I am so appreciative of you taking time out of your busy schedule to join us here on tonight. All right. So, again, I say welcome and thank you for joining us. I hope you had a wonderful and amazing day. Listen, do us a quick favor. Leave in the comment in the chat section and let us hear from you. Let us know where you're reaching out to us from. We would really love to hear that. So just drop in the chat area where you're watching us from. Okay. And again, I want to take this time to personally say, welcome to Health Talk. All right. So, a great big good evening, family, friends, loved ones, and welcome back to Health Talk. I'm your host, Dr. Ferris Corbett. Tonight, we're talking about a crisis that is touching families, churches, communities, everywhere, and that is the opioid overdose epidemic and the life saving role of naloxone. Now, for years, this uh, particular medication, naloxone, has reversed overdose and saved countless of lives. But now that it is available over the counter, new questions have begun to emerge, and they include things like, can everyone afford it? Will Medicaid cover it? And how do we make sure it is in the hand of the people who need it the most? So these are some of the emerging questions that are now coming and surfacing now that um, naloxone has been made available over the counter. Now, now, John 10 and 10 reminds us the thief comes only to steal, kill, and to destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it full. Tonight is about reclaiming life. One dose, one community, one person at a time. Again, I want to take a quick moment and a quick opportunity to say to each and every one of you once again, welcome and thank you so kindly for joining us. If you will, go ahead down in the chat area in the comment section. Go ahead and just drop a little comment to let us know where you're watching us from. That would mean so much to us, and we just want to say thank you in advance. All right. Now, as we always do, we're going to start with our Did You Know fact. Did you know that in 2023, over 107,000 Americans died from drug overdose, and nearly 70% involved opioids? Let that sink in for a minute. Over 107,000 Americans died from drug overdose, and nearly 70% of those deaths was related to opioids. Okay. Now, naloxone, uh, if given in time, if this medication is given in time, it can reverse an opioid overdose within minutes. If it's given in time, it can reverse opioid overdose within minutes. But unfortunately, access to this particular medication is uneven. A two-dose box of over-the-counter Narcan costs about 45 to $50, which puts it out of the reach for many of those individuals that actually needs this. Okay? And here's the kicker. Less than half of the people who might witness an overdose know where to get naloxone or even how to use it. That gap is costing lives every single day. Okay? So let's talk about it. Now, naloxone is a medication that temporarily blocks the effects of opioids. And you may hear the term Narcan. Okay? And this is how it works. Like I say, it knocks opioid off brain receptors. Okay? It knocks the opioids off the brain receptors. It restores breathing within 2 to 3 minutes. That's why it's important to know about this medication. That's why it's important to know how to administer this medication and where you can get this medication from. Okay. It is also available in a nasal spray, as we said, Narcan, or an injection. So now, who can use this medication? Well, practically anyone. Anyone can use this medication. You don't have to be a healthcare professional, healthcare worker, or anything. Uh, so anybody can use this particular medication. It is safe if given to someone who is not overdosing. So it's a safe medication to give, and anyone can give it. Now, it is not a cure, or is it a treatment, but it is a bridge and giving someone a second chance at recovery. Okay? Now, now that we've explained what naloxone is and how it works, let's take a simple let's take a look at the simple way it is to use this particular medication. Okay, like I say, anyone can use it. You don't have to be a healthcare worker. Anybody can use it. So, what we're going to do here in just a minute, we're going to show you a quick demonstration video from the American Medical Association, or AMA, showing just how to administer the naloxone nasal spray. And this is the most common one that is available over the counter. Now, in this video, there are the other types of naloxone and how to use them, but we're mostly going to show you the one for the Narcan, which is the nasal spray that is most available over the counter. Okay, so we want you to make sure that you watch this video closely, because this is a demonstration video, as I said, and it is from the American Medical Association. Now, we're giving credit to this video. As we said, it is by the American Medical Association, the AMA. He Cares Training and Education Center LLC does not own the rights to this video. It is shared here strictly for educational purposes to support community health, and safety. Okay. All right. So let's make sure we understand that the video is by the American Medical Association and He Cares does not own the right to this video. And we're simply sharing this video strictly for educational purposes to support community health and community safety. All right. So give me a moment. Let's get ready to pull this video up so that you can watch this quick little demonstration on how to use this medication. All right. So let's get this going. All right. So like I said, we're only going to show the one for the Narcan. There are other ones, but we're only going to show the one for the Narcan. So here's how to use it. Once an overdose has been identified, administer one of the four common form of naloxone, but the only one we're going to worry about is the Narcan. This is the Narcan nasal spray. So the first thing you want to do is peel back the package to remove the device. You're going to hold the device with your thumbs on the bottom of the plunger as shown in the video and two fingers on the nozzle. You're going to place and hold the tip of the nozzle in either one of the nostril or your nose until your finger touches the bottom of the patient lip, nose, and then you're going to press the plunger firmly to administer the medication, okay? All right, so that is the only one we want to show you at this time. The other ones, you know, they are available, but the most common one is the Narcan, the one that we presented to you in the video. All right, so now let's get back to some information about this naloxone. Okay, as we showed you in the video, uh, that is the Narcan. Now, this is purchased over the counter and it is now widely available at pharmacies and online. Now, there was a time you needed a prescription for this medication, but now it has been made available um, as a result of the opioid overdose epidemic to try to help to bring safety and to help individuals that are overdosing on opioid before they can receive any type of medical attention. And that is why at this time anybody can use it. And we've shown you in the video how simple it is to use this particular uh, medication. So over the counter Narcan is now widely available, as I said, at pharmacies and online. But as we said earlier in the beginning, it costs about $45 to $50 for a 2-pack. And this is what is causing a barrier for many families of individuals that are addicted to opioid, the cost of it. Now, the coverage for this medication, it varies. Medicaid in some states covers the naloxone fully, while others require you to make a copayment. Also, private insurance, they often cover it only with a prescription and not the over-the-counter version. So the coverage varies. Some state Medicaid will cover it fully, and some state Medicaid requires you to have to make a copayment. Uh, Private insurance, they often only cover it if it's written as a prescription and not getting it over the counter. So we have a paradox here. Life-saving medications sitting on shelves, but still out of the reach for many due to the cost and the expenditure. Okay, so this is where community solution begin to kick in and play a critical role in helping to combat the opioid epidemic. So, what can communities do? Harm reduction groups, groups that are aimed at reducing harm and providing safety within communities. They can distribute the medication for free. Public health departments, they stock them in places such as schools, libraries, and with first responders. And now faith-based organization, ministries, churches, they're beginning to now start to step up, and they are recognize that saving a life is always worth it. So there are some faith-based organizations that are now having this medication available in their sanctuaries. So, research has shown that communities with widespread naloxone distributing, when they're distributed into a particular community, research have shown that in these areas, there have been a dramatic drop in deaths by overdose as a result. So the challenge is not whether naloxone work, it is whether people can actually get it. That's the challenge. Okay. So this is not a policy issue. It is deeply personal. Every single overdose that is prevented, a family is spared the grief of an empty chair at the dinner table. Behind every statistics is a son, is a daughter, is a brother, is a mother. Hence the importance of making and having this medication readily available and accessible. Every naloxone kit placed in a glove box in your vehicle or in your purse or a book bag or a church usher station is a lifeline waiting to be used. Think about that. The difference between life and death could be sitting right next to you. Every training that is given, and that's what we're doing here tonight on Health Talk as a part of He Cares Training and Education Center. We're providing you training. We've shown you the video of how easy it is to use the medication. So, as we said, that anybody can use it. You don't have to have any medical background or any medical training. So, with every training, such as this one here, whether it's in a school or workplace or a Sunday service or a health talk podcast, we are empowering ordinary individuals to do extraordinary thing, and that is to save someone's life. Okay? It turns hesitation into confidence and fear into action. The incentive is very, very, very clear. You don't have to wear scrubs. You don't have to have a degree. You don't have to work in a ER. None of those things to be a hero. Naloxone makes everyday people first responders. Think about that. Let that marinate for just a minute. This particular medication makes everyday people first responders. even though you have no training in emergency medicine, even though you may have no training as a paramedic, EMT, first responder, police officer, even though you may not have training in those areas, by having naloxone available and accessible, make each and every single one of us a first responder. It makes each and every one of us a lifesaver. Please think about that. Imagine a teenager saving a friend at a party, or a grandmother reviving her son, her grandson, or a mother reviving their child, or a church member responding to someone in the pews. Think about that, people. Those are not hypotheticals. They're not hypotheticals. They are real stories happening across the country. The truth is simple. The wider the naloxone spreads, the fewer funerals we attend as they relate to opioid overdose, and the more second chances we are giving to somebody. Think about that. And sometimes one second chance is all it takes to change a life forever. Yeah. Mhm. So, what can you do this week? Here's a couple of things that you can do. First of all, find out where naloxone is available in your area. Is it at a pharmacy, health department, nonprofit? Find out where they're closest available to you within your community. Ask your healthcare provider or your pharmacist if your insurance or Medicaid will even cover it. Learn how to use it. We just showed you a video. You can go online and search for yourself. Go to some kind of local training, or the kit itself has the instructions on how to use it. So learn how to use it. Okay. And lastly, talk about it. Normalize naloxone in your church, in your family, in your workplace, in your community. So talk about it. Because guess what? Knowledge plus access equals lives saved. All right? Think about that, people. Now you know the importance of this medication. It is critical. All right? So, what we're going to do now, again, as we always do, we're going to allow you an opportunity to take part in this discussion. Okay? So, in the chat, in the comments section, as we typically do, we're going to be placing questions in there for you to respond to, as we always do. Some of you know the routine, you that are regular viewers. If you're watching this live, as we always say, you can leave your response in the chat, the comment section. If you catch it on replay, those questions should still be there, and you can still respond to them there in the comment section and chat section. As always, if you feel uncomfortable in responding in an open forum or social forum as this, we're going to provide you later on the link to our website and our email address so that Dr. Willis and myself can get that information and review it. Okay? So, as we get ready, we're going to get ready to start with our questions and everything. And so, our very first question that we're going to ask or present to you is this, and that is, if you witness an overdose today, how confident are you that you could respond? So if you witness someone that is experiencing an opioid overdose, are you confident that you could actually respond? Okay? Think about that. If you witness it, are you confident that you can actually take the medication and use it. We've shown you in the video how to do it. We've encouraged you, even after this, go to some type of training section, look at it online, and all those things will be beneficial to saving someone's life. And again, as we said, you do not need to be a healthcare professional or a healthcare worker to use this medication. Anybody can use this medication. Again, if you witness an overdose today, how confident are you that you could respond to the witnessing and using the Narcan? Okay. Remember, I said, find out where the Narcan is in your location. All right. The next one is, what concerns might hold you back from getting or using the medication? So, what concerns that might hold you back from getting or even using the medication? Either one. What concerns do you have? Leave us a comment down in the chat, in the comment section. Let us hear your response, because your response may very well help somebody else who may be feeling or thinking the same way. Okay. And it might also be something that somebody may not have thought of. So you all are helping each other. So if you mind, there's no pressure to do so. You do it by your own free will. We're not pressuring you. There's no pressure in this, but we would like, if you will, leave us in the comment section your thoughts, the response to the question. And again, if you're uncomfortable in using this type of platform to respond, we're going to provide you with our email address and our website here in just a moment. So again, what concerns might hold you back from getting or using the medication naloxone? All right. So now the next question is, what's one step? What is one step? I'm sorry, excuse me. On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to carry naloxone? And what would make that number go up by 1 point? So, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not at all, 10 being very much so, how likely are you to carry this medication, naloxone? And what would make that number 1 point higher? Okay, think about that. Think about it. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not at all, 10 being very much so, how likely are you to carry naloxone, and what would make that one number higher? Okay, that is the next question. All right, the next question is, uh, why is it not moving? There we go. All right, what one step could you take this week, whether it's buying a kit, attending a training, or telling a friend, to be ready to save a life? And listen, I'm helping you out right now. That one step you're doing now is watching this here podcast. You know what another step could be? Another step will be making sure that you share, like, tag. If you know someone that is a opioid user, or someone that's addicted to opioid, or you know a family, a friend, anyone, take a moment. This is one step that you can take to help save a life, and that is sharing this particular podcast, making sure that this podcast gets out, the word gets out, the information is spreaded. This is one thing that you can do this week that will help potentially save a life of someone that is using opioids and helping to prevent a death as it results from opioid overdose. So again, what's one step that you could take this week, whether it's buying the naloxone, whether it's attending a training, or even simply telling a friend to be ready to save a life. Okay, let's get this ball rolling. Go ahead, share this here video, tag someone, like, all of that. Let's get this word out so that we can begin to help combat and to curtail this opioid uh, epidemic and this opioid overdose death, or death as it relates to opioid overdosing. Okay? So, again, these questions are: if you witness an overdose today, how confident are you in that you could respond? If you witness an overdose, an opioid overdose, how confident are you that you could respond to that witness overdose? Okay? What concerns might hold you back from getting or using the medication naloxone? So, what concerns might you have, and what will be holding you back from getting or using uh, the naloxone? Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to carry this medication, and what could make that one number higher? So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to carry the naloxone, and what might make that number 1 point higher? Okay. And lastly, what's one step that you can do this week, whether it's buying the medication naloxone, whether it's going to a training, or whether it's telling a friend, to be ready to save a life? And again, I've given you some pointers for that one step this week. And that is, even if you don't buy the kit, you are attending a training. This is a mini training, but it is part of a training. And and not only that, but when you like, tag, and share this, you're taking that one step to help somebody as well. Okay? All right. So, in these questions that I presented to you, please know and understand that these are no questions to bring shame, guilt, judgment, or anything like that. These questions are simply empowerment questions. They're to get you to think and to empower you with information and to empower you with the ability to make informed decisions. So, there are no judgmental questions, there are no gotcha question, there are no questions to make you feel shame or anything like that. All right. Now, at He Cares Training and Education Center LLC, we believe that saving lives starts with access, education, and compassion. That is why we, Dr. Willis and myself, at He Cares Training and Education Center, we offer this type of training for school, churches, and organizations. We also provide public health consulting to help communities distribute life saving tools. We also equip leaders with trauma informed strategies for substance use support. All right. And to get in touch with us, let's put that information there in the chat and on the screen so that you can get in touch with us. If you have any topics that you would like for us to present here on Health Talk, or if you have uh, questions, if you want to respond to the questions that we presented in tonight's podcast, but didn't want to do it in this particular type of setting or form, you can also reach out to us at our website. We have a place there for you to provide your information, or you can simply send us an email. All that information is now in the comment section, in the chat section, uh, the hyperlink for the website, which is the best and quickest way. Go ahead and click on that, head on over there, give us your thoughts, give us your ideas, give us your questions, give us your concerns. Even if you got a complaint, head over to the website and submit that to us. Dr. Willis and I will review everything that you send. Okay. And we will respond to you in a timely manner. All right. Again, head on over there and make sure that you leave us your comments, concerns, response to the questions, any upcoming pod ideas that you would like. And now listen, one other thing we want to encourage you to do, if you don't mind, that will help us out tremendously. And we really will appreciate and need your help in doing this. So if you do not mind, we're asking for your help on this matter. And that is, please take a moment to do us a favor. Take a moment to go ahead on like, share, and subscribe. Please take a quick moment of your time to go ahead on to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Not only like, share, and subscribe, but also make sure you give us a thumbs up, okay? And if you're not following us on our Health Talk Facebook page, please head on over there to Facebook and follow us on our Health Talk page there. And if you're not subscribed to our Health Talk YouTube channel, please head on over there to YouTube and go ahead on hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you can get notification when we upload new material, and make sure you like, tag, share, subscribe, thumbs up, the whole 9 yards, all of those. We really appreciate that. All right. Again, subscribe, like, tag, share, all of that. Please, 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 please. Okay. Again, thumbs up, like, tag, share, subscribe. All right. All those good things, they are helpful to us. Okay. So, family, friends, loved ones, naloxone is not politics, it is not stigma, it is life. It is life saving. So every dose provides someone a second chance at life. Will you be that person that will be an agent in providing someone who may be addicted to opioids and are suffering from an opioid overdose? Will you be that individual to give that person a second chance simply by using a medication called naloxone, Narcan? Will you be that person? Every second chance is a family that is being restored. Every second chance is the possibility of having someone to say thank you for saving my life. Think about that for a moment. Galatians 6 and 2 tells us, carry each other burdens. In a way, and in doing that, you will fulfill the law of Christ. Carrying naloxone and knowing how to use it is one way to live this scripture out. So I encourage you, have that discussion with your family, have that discussion with your friends, have that discussion with your clergy, have that discussion with your healthcare provider. Naloxone, Narcan has been shown to save lives of those who are suffering from opioid overdose. Help us to save lives by becoming familiar with this medication and how to use it. That is why we're here tonight on Health Talk, providing you this information so that you can be aware of the medication being available and where you could potentially get access to it from. And we've also shown you a brief, short video on how to use the medication. And as we said, you don't have to be a healthcare worker, healthcare provider, anything like that there. The ease and the simplicity of usage we've shown to you. Please consider Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight on Health Talk. We're grateful that you're here for us and we appreciate you to the highest. Please do us a favor. Don't forget, take a moment to tag someone in this podcast, share this podcast. Let's get this information out. We can change a community, we can save lives. So that's what myself and Dr. Willis, that's what we aim to do to empower you with knowledge, education, and information that impacts lives and communities. All right. Thank you so much again for joining us here tonight on Health Talk. We're so glad that you came and took the time to come in and be with us on tonight. Please share this episode widely because you never know who may depend on it. Okay. There may be somebody that will catch this on replay that could be a lifesaver to a friend, to family members, even to a stranger. Okay? Let's change lives. Let's change community. One dose, one person at a time. All right, until tomorrow night's the Lord's will, I'm Dr. Ferris Corbett, along with Dr. Willis, reminding you health is hope. Health is hope is healing. Help is hope, and hope is healing. Thank you again so much for joining us here on Health Talk. We hope that this episode has been awakening, educational, and informative to you, and that you would take a moment and share this information with somebody that you know that may be dealing with opioids. You that may know someone that is addicted to opioid, so that the family, the friend, the significant other, whomever may have this information on the importance of having readily available and accessible this life-saving medication, naloxone or Narcan. Okay? Thank you all so much. We appreciate you to the highest. You have been such a blessing to us, and we hope that we are being a blessing to you all as well. All right? So until tomorrow night, y'all, guess what? Take care and let's be change agents. And not only change agents, let's be heroes. All right. Until tomorrow night, God bless and God keep each and every one of you. Good night.